Hey everybody, it's Jack and Dan. We finished the big tank.
Finally finished it, huh? It's been a while. We've been messing around. We wanted to update you guys on what we did here. And Jack's been big help, haven't you, buddy?
Yeah.
Helping out with everything. We took the penthouse off of the top here. And
we put this beautiful bamboo.
We put this beautiful bamboo, yeah. So if you've seen some of our earlier videos, we got a smaller aqua cave for Ayastigi. Ayastigi is he's our little red-eared slider.
He's bigger now though.
Yeah, Jack raised him from a tiny little baby. He was only a couple weeks old. And now he's a couple years old and he's doing very well. This is pretty much his tank. He grew up with these parrotfish. They're a couple years old as well.
Them tough.
Yeah, and they all get along pretty well. And we've had other fish come and go over the years and things like that. But he's doing pretty well. And he is just doing absolutely fantastic. He is very excited about his renovations. We've had a few updates, but we finished everything. And I just wanted to kind of back up here, kind of show you what we did with the lights on. Then we're going to turn the lights off, show you what we did in inside with all the lights. So we took that big penthouse tank off. If you haven't seen our old videos, I'll put a link in the description. We used to have a big, huge aqua cave here for him and a penthouse on top to hold it down. What we decided to do is give him a little bit smaller of an aqua cave because he really didn't need it to take up that much room. So I ordered this tank, found a special tank that was literally half the size of the other one. And so we got that going there and we showed how we drilled that and everything. And I'll put those videos in the description, those links, so you can kind of see how we did those if you haven't seen them. And then instead of doing a tank on top, I was just going to do the glass and just have a lot more room. But then I decided, well, I'm going to do some bamboo and some other plants, and I decided to put them up here. And it ended up working out a little differently than I thought, but I think it came out pretty awesome. It's been like this for a couple weeks now. Seems to be doing really well. This room gets a lot of light during the day, but of course we had to do this at night so there wasn't any reflection. But I left the room light on here just so you could see all the bamboo and stuff up here. We had some really long, tall bamboo that we had put in here. We're going to kind of show you closer, but really came out great. Almost touches the ceiling, fills up this top here, different kinds of bamboo. Did like a dirt, sand, gravel mixture there, and seems to be doing pretty good so far. We're going to show you, explain some of the other stuff we did too, but I'm going to turn this big light off here real quick, and that way we can get a better idea, oops, of what we did here. So we kept the same substrate. We really like the lava rock, and I did go digging through it, and we did find a couple of the rope fishes that we used to have. Two of them were in there, and in fact they're down in here right now. They're kind of hanging out down there, as you can see. We decided to make them a little bit newer of a home, an area where they wouldn't go down into the gravel. So we packed a lot of the lava rock down. We covered the holes where the air is coming out of, and we got two more of those. So now we have four of them. Two of them have made a home over here in this side. You can see one guy right there looking right up at me. Hey, buddy. And two of them have made a home over in this other side, and we specifically made this for them so they would have a place where they would feel like, oh, there he is right there peeking his head out. We wanted to make a place where they felt safe and where they could kind of burrow what they like to do, and they really like this big circle. So we took these huge dishes here that we got. We talked a little bit about how we got those at Packet Tans because they were having like a clearance sale. And we put these fish bowls inside of them so we could light them up from the bottom. We're going to show you how that all works. And put this bamboo in it. That way we can take this out if we want to change plants or do anything like that without messing up the under gravel lights there. Oh, he went back down in there. He's like, what are you doing? Filming me. There's our leopard pleco. He's doing phenomenal. Look at him. And there's our regular big, huge pleco. That's the big boy. It keeps the tank nice and clean. And we've got some gold gouramis, and of course our parrotfish that we've had in here for a long time. They're buddies with Ayastigi. They play all the time with him, and he plays with them, and they have a lot of fun. We do have the big clown loach there, and course, a lot of baby clown loaches that kind of hide and go around. But so we kind of didn't add a lot. I did add the 2 more rope fish, just because we only had the 2, and with this new home we had a lot of places for them to go. So what we did is we took the laser light, we took it out and we put it along here in like the crevice of the stand, and that really looks cool at night. When everything's out, that pretty much stays on all the time. And then we have the above gravel lights that really just kind of shine down and give the tank all of its vibrant kind of fullness there. The Aqua Cave is a lot smaller. Like I said, half the size of the other one, so it takes up a lot less room, frees up a lot of space for them in the front and back. Now, I may have some new glass made, because obviously this glass that we support it with is a lot bigger unnecessarily, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. And then we took some of these awesome little containers and put this is soil sand, and put the bamboo in there, and it comes right out the top of the tank. We just kind of had to put some tile on top to hold the bamboo in place so it wouldn't get shifted around because it is so long. We ended up also, for weight, kind of putting in these little glass block guys, and they have openings in them, and a lot of the fish kind of use these as bedrooms. So in the morning when we wake up, a lot of times there's one or two of the rope fish hanging out in there, or the plecos, or the gouramis, or the clown loaches, and this is the middle one with dirt for this middle bamboo, but the front one and the one behind it, a lot of times you can actually see underneath the soil here, and there'd be like some guys sleeping. So that's like their little bedrooms there. So it's pretty neat how that all worked out. We did use the same raft, but we did have to cut about 1 inch off the back so it would fit in here. So if Iastigi goes up into this side, he can just kind of swim in front of it and then go right up on the cave. And we'll show some video. And of course, there's Lacey as always. They're all waiting to eat right now. So after we feed him, we'll show some video. After he eats, he likes to go up into his cave, and then that's where he sleeps at night. And of course, we have an air supply to that. And again, we go over a lot of this. There's where the air line comes in, right by the heater there. We go over a lot of this in our initial video. That has, I think, about 3,000 views now. So people seem to find the design very interesting. It was kind of a unique thing that we've never really seen done before. So we think it came out pretty awesome. We used like a seamless tank this time. It doesn't have any kind of borders or seams, so it looks a little cooler. And again, I was just going to leave it all open, but it looked kind of plain to me. So Jack had this great idea to add all this stuff up top, have the plants come out, go right to the ceiling. And again, I'll turn the light on so you can see. So those bamboo stick right out the top of the tank all the way to the top. And again, we get a lot of sun in this room in the morning, so they seem to be doing pretty well. Haven't had any of the plecos or anything really attack the bamboo yet. We do kind of keep them well fed. And you can see right there, he's this little, one of these albino bristle-nosed or bushy-nosed is just kind of hanging out in there. So same thing we did with these is we did some soil, some sand, and some gravel, and the bamboo seems to be doing pretty good in there. And the reason that we did this way and submerged this so you can light it up, we're going to show you those under gravel lights here in a minute. And that way I can take this whole thing out. I can do different plants if I want, put it back in, change it, whatever I want to do without disrupting the lava rock or gravel. So why don't you take over here filming, and I'm going to show some of the different under gravel lights and kind of how this whole thing works. So we're going to turn the big lights off just so you can see real quick how that all works. Just to give you an idea. So that's with the big lights off. That's how it would look during the night. And we're going to shine some of these on. This works by remote. So that's what it looks like with the under gravel lights on. So basically what we did, and we have a little video where we show this, is we taped some LED puck lights underneath the tank to the bottom of the tank, And these light fixtures go all the way to the bottom through the lava rock so that the light shines up through them.
There's a rope fish right there.
Yeah, so the rope fish really love hanging out. Yeah, they like to come out when it's dark. So as soon as we turn the lights on, they start coming out. Yeah, oh, there he goes. Get him, buddy. Look at him. Yeah, so we've got, so we had 2. We added 2 more. They really like this. So let me just kind of show you. So that is kind of like a mood light. So we have everything on timers, just like we always have before. But, and so these lights turn on in the morning, kind of like a little alarm clock. So our fish, and we have them on a dimmer. So they would be like this in the morning. So they would turn on like that, kind of give our fish a little bit of an alarm clock so they're not kind of startled when we wake up and start turning on lights and everything. And then of course, then I could turn them up after I get up and after they've been up for a little bit. And then of course we could change the colors. So we can make it all blue like that if we want, which is really kind of neat. Then that matches this laser light in the front. I really like that blue, but
the turtle likes to sit on the bamboo. He likes to perch on it.
Yeah, he perches on it and eats up there. We can also make it green like that.
That matches the bamboo.
Yeah, I kind of like the green too because then the bamboo and everything looks green. And then of course we could go like red and blue and really just change the color of the tank by changing the other gravel lights. And we can really make it any color we want. Green, violet. There's about 50 different colors on this. We could do like a yellow. But yeah, I really do like the blue, and they seem to really dig it. So that is pretty much how that works. And then everything's again on timers, and everything changes. I'm gonna turn this on again real quick. So let me plug in this big main light here, just so it's back on. And then, like I said, normally this is all really on timers. I'm going to show this real quick. Let me see the camera so you can see. This is how we did this. Basically just taped the puck lights to the bottom. And you can see those guys under there. There's the ropefish and there's the pleco. And we just taped those lights to the bottom of the tank and they go all the way up. You can see all the way to the top of the tank. It's really cool. It's very easy to do, and a lot of people don't realize how cool that is. Very inexpensive, very easy to do that. So you can buy those lights. You can just, oh, there's another guy. See, that's what they do. They're waiting to get there. Like, hey, are you going to feed us or what? So we have, you know, our rope fish. We've got our red-eared slider. Ayastigi, he is, where did he get his name?
It's the Cherokee language for warrior.
Yeah, we name because we're
He
Cherokee.
always used to bully the bigger one.
Yeah, he did have other turtles, and he never really got along with them growing up with them. And we ended up,
they were fighting like brothers. They weren't like aggressively fighting.
right. But he was a tough guy, and even though he was the smallest one, he was a tough guy. So we named him Ayastigi, that's Cherokee,
that bigger one,
for warrior.
Yeah, and that bigger one we put in a pond because it got too big.
Yeah. Well, he got too big, and Ayastigi was beating him up. So sometimes these ropefish do kind of burrow down into the lava rock, as you can see here. But I did pack it down pretty tight when we did the changes, and so they usually just kind of back out, and then they come over here to their little home. So the neat part is we can change the color of the tank, just really depending on what we make the LEDs underneath the tank. Whatever color we make them is the color that the tank's going to be. And then, you know, we can turn the main lights on and off. And of course, everything's on timers, like I said before. So naturally, they get kind of woken up with the under gravel lights. Then we can change the color if we want. And then in the evening, for just a few hours, these big overhead lights turn on. Because honestly, this room gets a lot of light during the day. So we just wanted to show you the finished product, guys. We're going to be doing a feed video here pretty soon. And we'll kind of feed them and show you. We just basically use some like multicolored pond sticks and stuff like that. But we feed them different stuff all the time. And we're going to be doing a feed video, and then we'll kind of show you some other updates and how we do some cleaning and things like that. As you can see, this aqua cave does really, really well. Even with all the heat and humidity and the air conditioning running, everything, you can see how that stays very clear because it's submersed into the water. And we did put one hole here and one hole here on either side, just in case he pushes his raft against one, or if food lodges one or whatever, we kind of have a backup there so that air can escape. And it's been working out really well. You can see the air burping out there. So the air comes in here, comes out from underneath the lava rock, goes in here, and then it bubbles out here. So he can basically go in there and hang out there for days at a time if he wants, and he's going to have new air and dry out his shell. And you can see he's been in an environment like this. He's a very healthy red-eared slider. He's been in a tank like this ever since he was born, and he loves his little aqua cave. He goes in there and really enjoys it. And so anyway, let us know in the comments below if you like our new design. We think it's really cool and neat. It's very unique, and
it's like underwater forest, like.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Rainforest.
It's really cool. We really like it. We're going to be making some changes here and there, but you know, we think it's really neat and different. We're going to be changing it along the way, and we'll do some feeding videos, and we'll kind of show you guys some other stuff as we go along here. And we also have some pretty exciting updates going on with Jack's tanks. As I said, I took that big penthouse one down, and we're actually joining your two tanks together, right?
Yeah.
With the aqua bridge that we gave a little spoiler about already.
Yeah, here's a little hint of the new creatures we've added. They live in a rice paddy.
Oh yeah, we
can't tell you that, but you gotta know.
You got all kind of new things going on in your room. So we'll be doing an update on those guys pretty soon too. I just love this guy. This guy's doing so good, this leopard guy here. So yeah, let us know in the comments how you like our new design. We'll be doing some more updates and showing some more stuff. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we do a lot of health and wellness. Part of health and wellness though is like, you know, conservation and hobbies, and you know, we do a lot of different stuff. So click on the bell, the dinger as people call it. And if you haven't checked out some of our old videos, I will put some of those in the description so you can check them out, and go to our page and check those out as well. And we will see you next time. After he eats, he'll just hop right up in there, and usually just kind of sleeps there all night. And then everybody else kind of does their thing. They're all lined up. They always follow the camera. There he is, though. He's looking at me.